For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Whether you want to believe it or not, things are very bad in this country. Also, not a word from the island's police commissioner regarding a much publicized promise to host a press conference against the background of a similar event which was undertaken by the Director of Public Prosecutions in June of this year. All that and more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon right here on the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel. I'll be hearing from you in just a bit at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And of course, Kimani will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. No exaggeration. Things are bad in St. Lucia. And you need somebody to come forward and to say it like it is. Because there's some individuals in this country, don't expect them to put it in such grim circumstances and tones. Because what they are hell-bent on doing now is to delude you. Create this image of a St. Lucia where things are great. Life is great. Things are okay. To the extent there's a planned walk of progress, a so-called walk of progress on August the 25th. And I hope those people who plan to organize that event will not insult the intelligence of the people of St. Lucia and actually host it. There isn't any need to host this so-called walk of progress on the 25th of this month. What are you saying to the majority of the people of this country? Most of those people are enlightened. Some are hacks, but I think they are in the minority. One in particular says to you, I'm not objective. There's no need for me to be objective, because it is all about creating this image and this picture of the St. Lucia Labour Party being at the helm of the government, and definitely is making the lives of the people of this country a lot better. When it comes to health care, a lot better. When it comes to crime, when it comes to you feeling safe in your home, in your community, on the island in particular, the SLP has recorded a lot of progress. A lot of success has been recorded. And therefore, it's against that background that they'll have a walk of progress on the 25th of August. I hope it does not come to pass, because as we've been hearing over the last few days, it will be definitely a case of those people having the sans honte kind of mentality, without shame. And so, if you haven't heard, the island recorded another homicide. In Marchand, the heartbeat of the Castries East constituency, which is represented in the island's parliament by the Prime Minister, Mr. Philip J. Pierre. Homicide number 52. And the victim is a 25-year-old, Cutlan Augustine, better known as Malad. And the shooting occurred last evening, again in Marchand, and according to reports, he was pronounced dead at about 8:20 p.m. Another individual is nursing gunshot injuries. Let us continue to revel in the progress that is at the behest of this administration. In the meantime, we have a national security minister. We have a home affairs minister. We also have a crime prevention minister. If general elections were to be called on Monday of next week, do you believe that the SLP has done enough to be re-elected into office? And I'm asking you to be as honest as possible. You don't have to call the broadcast and provide a response, but ask yourself that question. Do you believe that the SLP should be re-elected into office if general elections were to be called on Monday of next week, in light of its performance as far as crime is concerned, healthcare is concerned, and the high cost of living? And another question: why do you think government ministers are quiet on those critical issues that are affecting you, the people of this country? Why do you think they're so quiet? The cabinet of ministers, all of them, the cabinet of ministers, why do you think they're so quiet? Come out and speak as often as possible on the crime problem in our country, health care as well. But instead, they try to delude you into believing that so many positives are happening in this country. And let's focus on those so-called positives and ignore the crime problem in this country. So many people are hurting in one form or another. Parents, relatives, girlfriends in particular, wives. And let us not forget the children. A lot of those people, young men who are murdered, they are leaving behind children. Some cases a few months old, a few years. What will happen to those children? Not a word from those government ministers who proclaim to be always be putting you first. You think, not a question, you really think those government ministers are putting you first? Or it's all about a non-stop campaign to paint them in a good light so that they can hold on to their jobs? They'll want 5 more years very soon. The big question is, will you give them another 5 years? And it's not me being political. I am being as realistic as possible. You have somebody serving as crime prevention officer in a particular organization. You have somebody serving as the controller of finance, all right, responsible for finance in your organization. And the figures, they just don't look that attractive to you as a member of the board of directors. You have somebody who's responsible for security in your establishment, at a hotel, some other company. Will you re-employ those people when on the compound is homicide after homicide? Will you reappoint those people when they come before the board and they sit before you? Tell us why we should reappoint you. And the person is all over the place, can't provide a cogent argument, can't convince you, but yet still you will give them another contract? Does that really make sense to you? Well, to me, as far as I'm concerned, it really does not make sense. But you know who are the people who are speaking, addressing the crime problem and expressing their frustration? The ordinary people in this country, you know. Those who are feeling it. Those who are directly impacted. They are speaking out. They are in pain. One such individual is one Buthelin Moncherry Cloris. And she spoke in light of the killing of 13-year-old Gilbert Tixie. And this clip is compliments of HTS. Let's listen.
I'm from a small community called Ulebra. I am 67 years of age. From that time, I know myself that never happened in Blanchard. Blanchard people doesn't be in violence and such a thing. But people who came to live in that area, they are the one causing these things. And we need justice in that area. Some people have to go. Some people have to leave Blanchard and go because our community wasn't that state.
Buthelin Moncherry Cloris. Not a word from the National Security Minister. Have you heard anything from the Home Affairs Minister or the Crime Prevention Minister? And it was only last evening, Father Albert, on his program, What's Your Point, which is aired on this radio station, Power 97.9, did ask the question, why aren't we hearing from our leaders when a 13-year-old boy is shot and killed in his home?
A 13-year-old being murdered, and I have not heard pertinent or important leaders in our society condemning this thing. And when I talk about leaders, I mean right across the board. To me, I have not heard. I may be wrong. And if somebody has heard, please correct me. But to me, right across the board, I've not heard, the Chamber of Commerce, condemning this thing. I've not heard the Bankers Association condemning these things. I've not heard all the pastors and the priests and the preacher men and all those who call themselves evangelists. I've not heard them condemning these things. I've not heard our politicians condemning these things. What is happening in our country? Right now, we are supposed to be angry because children, innocent children, are losing their lives. Who is next? I remember when I studied in Jamaica between 1998 and 1999. I lived in Jamaica because I was majoring in philosophy, and the gang violence in Jamaica. And one gang came to look for another gang. They did not find that they came to look for, but they came to the community. 2 children were sitting all eating mangoes, and they shot them cold blood. Is that what St. Lucia is coming to now? A 13-year-old has been murdered, and somebody was saying to me, and I don't know how true it is, and I stand corrected, but somebody was saying to me that his father is blind, and he was the right hand of his father. So what has become of the father now?
And we'll be introducing the individual in question as the father of Gilbert Tixie. His name is Antonius Tixie. We'll be introducing him to you in just a moment because a colleague did do a feature on him some 6 years ago, and we'll be playing this on this broadcast. The leader of the parliamentary opposition, an MP for Micoud South, former Prime Minister Alan Chasney, spoke about Tixie, and that is the 13-year-old Gilbert Tixie, who is known as Mello. And Mr. Chasney was on this same broadcast last Friday. Incidentally, revealed that last Friday would have been his 14th birthday.
I know the family. Had the opportunity of being Prime Minister when his eldest sister graduated first in Common Entrance, went to a convent. She was in a pageant. She won the pageant. If you ever speak of an exemplary family, this is it. A family that came from, or is living, very humbly. I mean, very humbly. Father is blind, and I remember working with him to build a footpath so they didn't have to go the long way around. And the circumstances in which Mello was shot. And the intruders broke down the door. My understanding is that the mother and the 2 children ran into the bedroom, or were in the bedroom and closed the door. They were looking for someone else, and when they didn't find him, it's not clear whether they just shot bullets into the house or whether they deliberately shot him through the window. But he was shot in the head. I'm disturbed on a couple of fronts because I see there's a common pattern of behavior every time somebody's killed. A press statement or a story that comes out that somebody was shot in gun violence. There's no other information that's provided. And when we see it, automatically, I think, most people in St. Lucia think that that's another bad boy, and 2 bad boys got shot, and dismiss it. The police put out something that says that the murder took place, and that it's under investigation, and they're asking anybody who has any information to provide it to them. And guess what? That's it. And the person is remembered not by name. No story is ever given about that person.
Just another statistic.
No, it's worse than that. Another number. Today would be Melo's birthday. He'd be 14. My constituents met last night, and we will not allow Melo to be remembered as number 49. We're not. Melo did not deserve this. Melo was not in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's how we like to say it.
Yeah.
Melo was in his home.
The MP for Micoud South and former Prime Minister Mr. Alain Chastanet, he was my guest on last Friday's Newsmaker Live. The big question we have to pose this afternoon, question. Obonsa. What has been done for that family? Whether counseling, what level of support, subsistence, etc., in light of what happened? Home Affairs Ministry, National Security Ministry, so-called Human Services Department, in terms of providing counseling to the children and the family. Maybe we'll get a response before we conclude our broadcast this afternoon. Let us hear from Glenn Simon. He did a feature on Antonius Tixey some 6 years ago, blind farmer and the father of Gilbert Tixey.
Meet Antonius Tixey, a dedicated father, husband, and avid farmer. Antonius, a resident from the farming community in Blanchard-Dericeau, zealously attends to his farm daily and is the sole breadwinner in his family. What you did not know is that Antonius is completely blind.
Well, my profession is farming. You can see that's what I like to do. That's what I used to do before, long time before I got blind. I'm proud of taking farming into perspective right now.
Antonius had perfect vision for the first 30 years of his life. However, 12 years ago, he lost his vision rather quickly due to a condition called optic neuritis. Optic neuritis occurs when the optic nerve becomes inflamed and can flare up suddenly from an infection or nerve disease.
Well, in the beginning, it was horrible. Never believed somebody can live with blindness. But with family and friends around you, your wife, your children, give you the courage, I readjust my life, and make my life adjust for blindness now. And admit it happens already and life has to go on.
Antonius relies on his cutlass and his acute sense of touch to navigate his farm.
You make yourself adjust to it. It's slippery. When it's rain, it's going to slide. You have to adjust your life adjust yourself for it and take your time, As you can see, I clean like anybody else. I plant it myself. I clean it myself, I take care of it until it's ready to harvest. I harvest myself as well.
What Antonius said next made me question whether he truly could not see.
Especially when you can see my dashing growing so nice, and I touch it and I see the tree look massive, the yam popping up, the plantain shooting up, especially when I harvest for the weekend, Most every weekend I give a good lady of mine, sister, she's my cousin, she's a mother to everybody, she sold for me by the market. So especially when you harvest and you give her to sell something for you and she bring your money for you, you have a salary coming in every week, it's worth a lot.
He also credits his success to the support he received from the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association.
Well, blind welfare is very, very, very excellent, man. They are doing an excellent job in my life, giving me the courage. Actually, whenever I used to need something for my garden, they always assist me.
That's your marker.
As long as I call, they'll assist me in my fertilizers, they'll assist me in my seedlings, even my chemicals, because I remember I used to plant corn before. Blind welfare always there for me. That's why I say we cannot afford to lose blind welfare. That's an institution that's always taking care of me all the time now.
He had encouraging words for other blind and visually impaired persons.
God is love, and in him there is no darkness at all. So you have spiritual eyes watching you, so you're not afraid to do things. You're not supposed to stay in the house and sit down and think, and you'll get lost.
You have to go and pray to the Most High, and He'll give you the strength, and you'll move on, and you'll continue doing your journey. As long as you're determined to do it, you'll do it. He'll give you the strength to do it.
The St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association also celebrates the achievement of Antonius Tixey, the blind farmer from Blanchard, Deriso. For the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Glenn Simon reporting.
Thanks so much, Glenn, for that feature that you did on Mr. Antonius Tixey, an inspiration for all of us. Those of us who have our eyes we can see, and yet still we are not productive. We are not doing anything for the benefit of our country. We are selfish, focusing on self-aggrandizement, focusing on protecting the victory at all costs. What an inspiration. Your calls right now at 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and of course Kimani is monitoring the chat room. Always emotional. Kimani, how are you doing right now?
I am not so well, Tim.
Yeah.
Not so well. In the chat room, someone says, and those with sight, all they can see is the gun. Another comment, what's our excuse? He doesn't let his disability stop him. Another comment in the chat, and those with good vision are just killing each other. Guys, your lives matter. He is blind. Look at his ambitions and determination. Someone says, I'm so sad about this. A handsome young man with all his potential ahead of him, shot in his head in his home. Another comment, someone says, no statements from the sitting ministers. Someone says, St. Lucia is really heading down to the gutters, and if we do not stand up and say enough is enough, we are all doomed. NGOs, why the sudden silence? One has to ask whether NGOs are really NGOs or just an extension of the government of the day. Someone says, people are crying out for help. Who will answer their call? Tim, there will always be crime, and we shouldn't prioritize crime, they say, but Abu Diabo Fest hold a press conference to address the people. We have 3 or more of crime. A consultant employed to every ministry, and neither are any better. All need to go. Healthcare, education, agriculture, etc. They have failed us. My people, take note of when you are buying coconut water. I believe the coconut vendors need to wash their coconuts before bottling them and selling for people. Or buy your coconut whole, take them to home, wash them with soap, please, before cutting them. I have a reason for saying this. Someone says, only a few of the top comrades are enjoying the victory, while the foot soldiers who are tasked with protecting the victory never get to enjoy it.
As a matter of fact, they're told, it's not about you, getting personal benefits from the government. Be broad in your thinking. It's all about what the country, how the country benefits. But those same people are saying that they are personally benefiting. They get all the contracts. they enrich themselves, and they're telling the ordinary folks, the plebeians, go out there and work hard and so on, and wait your turn.
Of Animal Farm.
Definitely, that's what it is.
Another comment in the chat, someone says, you have an administration who cares nothing about the youth and crime. That's what the citizens of the country want.
As a message, these government ministers are quiet because they do not care. Any more messages, Gimani?
Someone says, the Minister of Crime Prevention has failed us yet again. Tim, when they do step forward to say how bad they are, they get attacked and name called like Dr. Milclark was with Minister Richard Frederick. Someone says, a walk to celebrate the misery. And Tim, progress is running St. Lucia down in the gutters.
And those people who will participate in that walk of progress, if it does take place, they should be wearing masks on that day.
Also?
Yeah, because, how can you show your face participating in such an activity when the country is in such a state at this point in time? Let's take a call. We have a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Bon après-midi, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Et puis bon après-midi, Kimani.
Good afternoon.
Tim, même cadre, réseau pour qui administration Philippe Dieu pas qu'à sortir et puis parler about crime qui a pour le pays. Changer du vote de la campagne, en chaïbi qui involve en bagaille crime. Parce que là, on va de Joachim Torton dans l'église, pour Taïboumé, Richard Frederick qui a attaqué tout citoyen pays, il quitte machine en police, au casino. Là, on va de allégation et accusation qui a fait à son honneur, toutes ces bagailles, ça là, c'est crime. Mais sur ce criminel, est-ce que vous avez dit criminel, ça pouvait? C'est ça, mon pour dire pour dire à tout.
Okay, merci, Pukuye. And remember, somebody who has been accused of having committed a crime does not mean that they have committed it unless you can prove it. And we cannot deem those people to be categorized as criminals. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Don't know if you have any comments again in the chat room, Kimani?
Someone in the chat says, I wonder how Senator Jha felt when she heard of this murder case. Did she give that family a sympathy call, or did she make a statement to the public to show sympathy? When I heard of this, her son Botham came rushing to my mind. We are not in a good place at all in St. Lucia. Another comment, someone should look into the coconut vendors for mixing tap water with the coconut water and people who sell castor oil mixing it with other products.
We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Kim, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon, Kimani.
Bonjour.
Yeah, I just heard you play a clip of my brother there as a blind farmer.
Yeah.
Now, ever since this incident happened, I have been waiting. I am not blaming any government minister for what is happening. But I thought, like you said, where are the councillors? Because that little boy, Melo, left another two sisters, you know. I think the last one supposed to be 6 or I think 6 years thereabout, little girl. And you could see the nightmare, how that could put you, especially when it's nighttime. That is the time those little children supposed to have a counselor visiting them, give them some sort of comfort and support them. But the fact is, up until now, yesterday Thursday was 8 days since this incident happened. We have never saw any counselor come to that area. Maybe somebody, a government minister, say, okay, we shock for what we hear, whatever, and then, you know, there would be certain measures around to put in place to see that such an incident like that does not happen. You have a gentleman that is vowed to contest this constituency for the St. Lucia Labour Party. He continued to have his little meeting all over the place. He has not met this family to have a talk with. You know, the only time politician needs you, whether you blind, you on a wheelchair, you on stretcher, move, on election day they will drag you and take you to the ballot box to go and vote for them. That is an atrocity. And that is why the last time I had problem with one, my father passed away last year. When somebody for some reason decide to come and collect him at his home, I was not even there at that time, and try to put him on a wheelchair to vote, and God forbid that I reach on time. That person wasn't too lucky. And I couldn't even take them to court for doing that. You understand how these people need you when it is the time for voting. They don't care how you sit, if you can eat where you are, or little shortcut on bushes, or little track, looking for you to vote for them. Today we have found ourselves in a St. Lucia which we all claim that we love. But the sad thing about it is that our country is bleeding to death. And there is nobody in a responsible position to say, we have to send a message out there once and for all. We cannot allow to continue in that manner. Because if we continue like that, our young people, especially those our young little children that we are pampering and spend money to send them to school, it will just be useless. It will just be a waste of time. I am again making a special appeal to the Minister of National Security. I have said it over and over. You have a responsibility, especially when it comes to national security, that does not belong to you. Give it to somebody. And it appears every time question put into you in terms of how we would move around to see whether we can secure the nation, you have no idea. Your father that was a policeman, not you. But you continue, you insist to hold on to that position till death. Let me tell you that, my brother. There is a saying in life. We all using that every day. What goes around comes around. Election, those who will saw it or will survive to see it, is around the corner. And you said to him, if election were to call on a Monday.
Not on a Monday, not on a Monday. This Monday.
Yeah. If election were to be called around that time, chances are that the Senatorial Labour Party might not win the election.
No. I did not say that.
Well,
I said, would you vote for the Senatorial Labour Party if general elections were called on Monday of next week?
Okay, I'm apologizing.
I'm not so brave to say don't vote for the Senatorial Labour Party.
There are still some time again to correct that mistake. They still have a year or thereabout.
Well, to correct the mistake, sir, you first not only, must swallow your vomit, but you must eat humble pie. You must ask for forgiveness and then move forward. And you must admit that you have been inept and incompetent.
That is true.
And don't expect that.
But finally on that issue, because that thing will stay with us for a good while. A long time thing. If you have somebody who's in a gang and you talk to that person and whatever they get, you'll say, okay, you feel it, but then we have been talking to you. But we're talking about a 13-year-old that doesn't have anything to do out there in terms of gang and bad boy. Very disciplined every time on a laptop, reading a book and drawing a puzzle and write something to his little sister. That is his demise. And we would just accept that in society as the norm. We have rape, killing every day. Let's move on. But the only concerns that we have, we will do everything it takes to remain in power. Why you want to remain in power? Is this a gift God gave you that whether Central shouting outside and everybody fall on the neck that you have to remain in power? I mean, come on. Tim, I don't know, but it is not in St. Lucia this thing that we are hearing what is happening, but all over the globe. This is one of the most monitored talk shows in St. Lucia around that time from 12:30 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You have person all the way to the UK, Philippines, United Kingdom, monitoring your program, and they are hearing what is happening in Fairland. All we know about waiting for Julian, I said, okay, it is nice we have this, but we need to clean the mess that this country is into right now, and then we will decide what next for us. But Samagadia, Nabutla, Tanto, Pampo Nobis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Talking about the show being monitored around the world, let me say hi to Mr. Volney and his family all the way in Mexico. They normally watch and listen to the broadcast. The Board of Directors and Management of the Elks Credit Union would like to inform the general membership that the annual general meeting will be held on Saturday, August the 10th, 2024, and that is tomorrow. So an annual general meeting of the Board of Directors and Management of Elks Credit Union will be taking place tomorrow, God willing, and that is at the Finance Administrative Center, Point Surf in Castries at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Please be informed that the offices of the Elks Credit Union will be closed on that day to facilitate the attendance of staff at the annual general meeting, and please make a special effort to attend. Your credit union, your business.
Understanding the financial impact of job loss, First National Bank offers job loss insurance, specially designed to provide our customers support during such uncertain times. In the event you lose your job, coverage provides a financial cushion, easing your worries while helping you navigate career transitions. This coverage ensures that a job loss doesn't have to mean a financial crisis, providing you with the support that you need when you need it most. We are committed to standing by our customers in all of life's ups and downs. Our job loss insurance is more than just a policy. It's a promise of support, offering peace of mind and financial stability, ensuring that you can face career challenges without the added burden of financial stress. First National Bank, here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucelec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
School start back, KFC got your back. With a back to school deal, it's a tasty pack. Just $12, oh what a deal. Come and get your fill, it's a steal.
But that's not all. Purchase any back-to-school meal for a chance to win one of 5 backpacks filled with school supplies and a brand new laptop.
Write your name, drop it in the box. KFC got the deals that totally rock. Hurry in before August 30th and sign on. Charge on the 31st, come before it's gone. KFC St. Lucia, we the best around. Back to school with KFC is the talk of the town. It's finger licking good.
Visit kfcslu.com for more information. Follow us on social media at KFC St. Lucia. Approved by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Terms and conditions apply.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with a best deals for ya. Switch it up, this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Got to bill in half, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
50,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns. All at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massad Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Y'all don't hear the hot sale Palace House have going on? From 30 to 50% off on back-to-school items, stationery, furniture, clothing, shoes, and so much more. Clearance sale, I tell you. Everything must go. You can even get items for as low as $1. Palace House. Visit us today at Lakewood Street, Castries, or call us at 452-2250.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Cour's Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our copay system for clients with healthcare.
I've seen you here before, and I have something special just for you. What have we here? Happy housewarming to me? That's the MNC Home Depot Rewards Card. You'll earn points every time you shop, plus exclusive savings and promotions just for you. Just for me? Yes, just for you. Shop in store or online and enjoy a seamless experience. So I get to treat myself every time I shop? Exactly. It's time to reward yourself.
MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Rewards Card. Sign up and reward yourself today at www.mnchomedepot.com.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexar, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. I don't know, but maybe, Kimani, in the chat room, somebody might have accused Government Senator Jean, Dr. Jean, of not having said anything, Alison Jean, in light of the killing of a 13-year-old Gilbert Tixie. But somebody did screenshot a message that she had put on her Facebook page. So I'll go through that message in just a bit, and I think we have something we could show. We could show it as well on Facebook as well as YouTube, and it reads, "My family bleeds for the family of this 13-year-old who was gunned down in his home. No one deserves to be shot in his head, far less an upcoming teenager. These senseless murders must stop. We can do better. My sincerest condolences to his family, friends, and community." This was posted on the Facebook page a few days ago by Government Senator Dr. Alison Jean. We continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. Once again, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Somebody says there, good afternoon. Let Wasco know that it's been raining and it's almost a month now. We have no water in Bellevue, Grosley. Wasco, we need water. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says there, the family is being taken care of by the most hated individuals by the SLP administration. The mother is still traumatized, having a hard time to sleep. The family is undergoing counseling to date. This information about the family is from a very close relative. Kimani was in the chat room.
In the chat room, someone says solution should be blamed because you don't fix things that are not broken. A YouTube comment, Tim, are you aware that it's 44 years this month since Hurricane Allen struck St. Lucia?
I could do without that reminder, you know.
Another comment, everybody having sale there, minimum wage. They're closing down in the name of back to school sale. Is what Kyra Pon. Another comment, so true caller, not my elderly mother, they're picking up to go and vote. That is it.
Thank you so much. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Miss Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
Timothy,
Mm-hmm.
our country, boy, I don't know what to say. But I was started the cleaning marshal last night. Maybe around 7 or after 7. Timothy, you hearing all them killings going down. You're not seeing a deputy commissioner. I know we don't have no commissioner, but a deputy or inspector.
But we have a police commissioner, caller. We do.
But we don't have. Where?
Yeah, we do.
Where? You hearing all the crime that go on, all them shooting. The little child that died there in Deriso. You see a press conference, somebody sit down and a police commissioner would have come and talk about that and come on the media and send a serious message out to them criminals. We don't have that. The fellas more thinking about how much money they going to make for the season. Man send for them to join a little money. We traveling the most. We bringing the most fake contract for us. Selling our pot. We even know what's going on. That I see me. And the youths now watching the same way the Prime Minister could go in the courthouse and say, justice has been served. So you find now, the youths not just taking the matter into their own hand. They just go out, a man do them something, they just go out, they wait for you there, bam, bam. And that is it. Because justice has been served. Mr. Hiller is a celebrity. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Two wrong could never make right, Papa. That's all. I don't know, but the country, it on a side. I don't want it to sink, but it's on a side already. And if you see we have put our foot down, our country will sink, because it's on a side already. Good afternoon, Mr. Poli.
Same to you, sir. We have another WhatsApp message to go through. The St. Lucia Labour Party says, protecting the victory. I say, preparing for the loss. 452-2979, we have another call line. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Okay, what was that call? 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon to you. You on the air. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
You asked several questions, but one of them, as I can, I know the family has been taken care of, but government who is in office today have not done anything. Okay? I wonder what is happening. Well, I do not want to wonder things because I know what is happening with our police force. And so I can just give you a hint. I was one of the persons who was part of the warden system. And when you go out, I remember in Mikud at the time, the police van went out. And all we got was bottles and stones. And the next day you arrested 2 persons who was involved in that thing. And all to find out, administration changed, the Prime Minister come, and he expunged those cases against those individuals. So si tep mwen te peti, keston pa api pou sa. So what you think will happen? You think the criminals will care? You think the police, a lot of them right now who supported them, will care right now as to what happened? Because you'll hold a man with a firearm, a magistrate give him a slap on the wrist. You hold a man with whatever, they're expunging the cases. So what you think? You think police will have take the time to put their lives at risk to do those things? The police officers you see that is working to that thing. And a lot of them are not in an encouraged position at this point. Okay? Another question you asked him about, will I go and vote, put that same party back in office? Is my life better, or whichever way you ask that question to answer it. And I've said that before. I like to vote for myself. I don't like to depend on government. But the dependency I have on government team is to make the economy sustainable, to make the economy vibrant so that I can apply my trade. And so here's the reason why I cannot go and vote for the Labour Party or ask for them to remain in office. Not because I am not a supporter, but because it's affecting me directly. I would normally go and sell watermelon team, and I need people to hear that again. Some people hear it already, but I need them to hear it again. And then if the reign of Alan Chasney, I would go and sell watermelon team. And I would make sometimes over $1,000. And the day is like from 5 in the morning till 10 in the morning. That's the day for me. From the time these guys come in office team, and I never used to sell to Massey because I consider Massey not paying enough. By the time you go by the road, you sell a van of watermelon. Why should I go and sell for Massey? You understand? Right now, from the time these guys in office, on a good day team, and imagine there was a time school was opening, that's the time you don't have enough watermelon. On a good day, on a Friday, when I go and sell watermelon, I cannot make $300 team. You understand me? There are days I'm living by the road with $50 in my pouch. I have to force to sell to wholesalers and Massey right now. Because when you go by the road with the watermelon, I used to be like cutting one after the other. I had people waiting for me. Right now, when I cut a watermelon, I have to go with an ice box because by the on the table, so I've never watermelon on ice. Today, I have to go ice box. You understand me? Because that thing on what's happening on the airport. When you stop the racetrack, when Auto Lab closed, when St. Jude's basically not taking place there. When you stop all of those major projects that was taking place in the area, so many young people was working at Auto Labs and ITEL. You know that happened, Tim. Where's the economic activity coming from? So how can I seek to put a government like that back in office when I can apply my trade on the ground? I don't need any help from them. Just make it the economy viable so that I could apply my trade. That's all I want. That's all I want from any government. But if you cannot do that, and all you're doing, after you already stopped that, you're increasing taxes on me, restricting me from going further, restricting my wallet, my spending power. How can I support you? Have a good day, Tim.
Same to you, sir. Have a good weekend as well. We have another call on line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Please go with your contribution, caller. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, what was that call? Let's see if we have any of your messages to go through. Somebody says there, Tim, not transparency they wanted. Well, look it. And let's see if we have. Right, what's happening in the chat room, Kimani?
Someone says, a shooting in Marcia, not a word from PJP. Another comment in the chat, someone says, Tim, that FB post is a cop-out. We need to hear her voice. Let's see.
I think we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You're on the air.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Is this the NewsSpin?
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Yes, NewsSpin.
Hi, good afternoon, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
I think we have complained enough. I'm
listening to you, caller. Whatever device you are listening to monitor the program.
Turn it off.
Right.
I turned it off.
Thank you.
I think we have complained enough. We have asked the government questions and they are not answering us. It's too much. It's too much. We cannot go on in this country like this. We cannot be going around in circle and nothing is being done. Government ministers insulting doctors' offices. We cannot continue with this. I think it's time for us to put our batons down, and we need an election in St. Lucia. Because we need to take all this government, that sitting government, and re-elect another government that will take care of our business here, that will attend to our business in St. Lucia. We cannot continue now. We cannot continue again. We cannot. We need an election. We cannot wait for 2 years. We cannot wait for another 2 years. Too many people will perish within that 2 years. And we need an election in St. Lucia. This is my saying, Timothy.
Thank you so much for sharing your contribution with us. We have another caller line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay. Person continues to play games with us. We don't have the time to invest in such attitudes. Okay, we want for the line of communication to continue. So please, if you do not want to contribute to this broadcast, do not waste my time. Do not waste the time of the audience by continuing to just call and hang up. We have another call. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Kim, bonjour.
Hey, Saidia. Oula. What's the name again? Makulit. Where? Oula. Bon après-midi.
Kim.
Oui.
Ça on a dit à jouer. L'Afrique a fini. Vasco toujours a fermé. Mais moi-même, je vais avec ces boucles-là. Depuis on a fait l'argent, depuis l'Afrique a tombé, moi, je me suis en bas des bois. Vasco dit pour 20 moun pour ville là, il va faire ou ni pour payer. Bon, bah, il moun aussi tenir. Bon, là, pas tellement, il va couiller moi si meni. Il couiller moi lundi. Même lundi, il couiller moi, il point. Bon, il m'a dit pour matin, moi, ni pour actuellement. Mais Wasco, non, vieux vista fait. Il fait le gouvernement rapport pour faire travail. L'application tombe, tant que migro, quitter de l'occitane pour mon faire affaire. Bon, Tim, je suis à l'hôpital là hier, je suis à Saint-Judier. Bon, manière moi c'est mon petit malade, il s'est massé couche qui parle, puis moi je suis à l'hôpital là sous stretcher. Bon, ça pas beau. Puis l'autre monde qui bien porte, là venu malade catastrophe comment?
Oui.
C'est mon nation stretcher, ma type moi 3 moun en dehors de l'hôpital là.
Oui.
Ça pas bon. Le gouvernement il pour mettre couche, si c'est couche qui pas mis la famille manger, bagala dans l'autre position pour mon en bonne santé. Bon, il n'a l'autre encore il a dit pas remède, moi même pas ça de abattre remède là puis moi 4 remède. Là moi pas fini joindre laboratoire de Salti du Sahel Center à moi c'est jour moi même reste. Moi ka joindre remède. Pour remède moi ka joindre remède là il mentir sur ça. Mais décision c'est mon qui malade c'est là est couché. L'autre monde qui a passé qui est important malade qui a attaqué. Puis Jean malade qui dit d'ailleurs pour la porte comment.
Oui.
Mais moi ouais 3 moun, yo mamzelle 2 garçons. Et chaque garçon stretcher et que dans l'hôpital ça pas bon. Gouvernement fait grand nous pour l'hôpital là. Parce que on a fait comme pour carnaval, on a fait comme pour jazz, on a fait comme pour tout bail. L'hôpital là important pour mon ni regarder pour couche. Bon couche ba yo parce que couche là zéro avec même gros mon même avec. So ba nous bon décision pour nous en bonne santé. Moi si tout ministre a attendre ça bien parce que moi me ça mon des fois moi parler ba voiture mettre de moi à l'hôpital là. So moi parler pour ça moi ouais. So, moi dis comment couiller Tim parce que moi je m'en couiller qui m'a mis bonjour vous.
Bonjour.
Eh bien moi là, ma collègue là il va de ce côté.
OK.
Je vous tente tout boire pour couiller des financements moi là. Raconter tout ça parler.
Qui l'argent ma collègue?
Ah, ouvrez moi du l'argent.
Oui.
Oh, moi calé février l'autre maman quand 65 years dans la tête moi.
65, OK. Où jeune toujours?
Oui, moi jeune mais là on malade qui a déclaré ou va jeune encore
OK.
Oui, mais moi là moi quand roule toujours moi ça fait tout travail moi remercie bon Dieu merci. Et moi satisfait. Et c'est pas une c'est un bon hôpital.
Et qu'on tienne Wasco en ordre.
Ah, Wasco. Depuis Wasco, par moment, yo joué BD, je suis tellement pas dit. Mais après, officier, ma baille blague, c'est Bougla. Ma baille blague, puis yo, ma baille, ça reprend des petits dollars. So, la terre pour l'argent, moi, m'botte d'ailleurs. Garçon. Ma baille blague, puis yo, c'est mon cacouille, pas de doigt. Baille, c'est mon fraîcheur, puis c'est la raison capée. Moi, je ne vais pas connaître le number office là. Number c'est 457 3980. C'est beaucoup là, il va transfert pour ce bouc là qui attaque pour bailler mon dos.
Vous avez tellement. Ça va bien.
Maman, elle a plus aucun mani.
Vous connaissez l'immo ça bien, garçon?
Si je connais plus, moi, 457 3980. Garçon, depuis que je suis là, je vais transférer mon cap pour 50 à comment on va dire. Tout va faire après au moment de manger une
Si je tenais un radio station about un talk show pour bien pressure les gouvernements, bien pressure les Wasco.
Je top show, ça va faire moyen, pas d'engagement contre ça, ça va aussi la vie, ça va faire moyen.
Oui.
Moi, habité, je pas sur non, tout le monde a dit, moi, sur Liberty, moi, sur Dubois, moi, sur toutes les radio stations, 100.
Ou pas jouer?
Non, jouer.
Oui, ok, ma collègue.
Côté là passé, on a dit ma collègue. Hier, on a dit madame ça qui m'a collègue là, madame ça qui m'a collègue là, sous parler. Ah, sous parler, attends.
Nous avons besoin d'un portfolio sur le courrier pour nous mettre portfolio en Facebook et YouTube. Ok?
Ok. Alright.
Okay, Makulid. Now, something just came to mind. Makulid, I think she needs her own talk show, honestly. As a Creole announcer, she would do very good.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, she would be a good talk show host. And maybe the management here at this radio station to take that opportunity to have Makulid host her own show. And just call the show Makulid.
Of course.
What's in the chat room, Kimani?
Another comment. Well, a comment in the chat room. Someone says, enough is too much with this government. Someone also says, stopping of all projects that was supposed to take the economy vibrant. And after this, Philip Pierre put that 2.5% compound VAT on the backs of the people, which has crippled the entire country. Another comment, I agree with you, caller. It's time for St. Lucians to come out. Someone says, as a farmer, I can feel your pain. Another, the SLP government came in and sent the young people home. Someone says that's the best layman's explanation I have heard for the state of the economy.
Somebody's in the chat room, Kool-Aid staining all radio stations.
Oh, that's a good one. A YouTube comment, someone says, I asked for the NIC to create an unemployment funding program. Instead of doing so, First National Bank has capitalized on my idea. Anyway, one day I will be Prime Minister of this country called SLU.
What is up with the island's police commissioner, Cressida Descat Pelius, promising to host a press conference? It has been so long now. Okay, we have not heard from her. We'll hear from the police commissioner in just a moment. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Let's head back to school.
It's time to get the children ready to head back to school with a back-to-school loan from First National Bank. Get up to $30,000 for all your back-to-school needs. No deposit required, low interest rates, and an easy process. Visit any First National Bank location or call 455-7127 for more information. Let's head back to school with First National Bank. Terms and conditions apply. First National Bank, here for you.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with a message for ya. Switch it up, 'cause this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Got a bill in half, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for $4.
50,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
School start back, KFC got your back. With a back to school deal, it's a tasty pack. Just $12, oh what a deal. Come and get your fill, it's a steal.
But that's not all. Purchase any back-to-school meal for a chance to win one of 5 backpacks filled with school supplies and a brand new laptop.
Write your name, drop it in the box. KFC got the deals that totally rock. Hurry in before August 30th and sign on. Charge on the 31st, come before it's gone. KFC St. Lucia, we the best around. Back to school with KFC is the talk of the town. It's finger licking good.
Visit kfcslu.com for more information. Follow us on social media at KFC St. Lucia. Approved by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Terms and conditions apply.
Gade mweti wipe fella femela.
Stop all that smoke, fume, and noise. Keep the emissions to zero and be a hero for the environment. You can still do all your lawn mowing, brush cutting, leaf blowing, hedge trimming, even chainsawing, but with a battery-powered machine. Europa is now offering a buy one, get one free on professional battery tools. When you buy the tool, we'll throw in the battery absolutely free. Yes, you heard right. You get one free battery with the purchase of any steel professional machine.
PS la fille, PS Desord. Merci papa.
Visit Europa in Massad, Grosley, or call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our co-pay system for clients with health care.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastuche Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, casting sand and plastering sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bomb glow. Si ten la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour y pompe cette ici. Yo ka ranger pompe aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pompe yo c'est Léo. Pompe ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moins actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pompe glo Léo en pour les 9 juin et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
When I have adequate information to update you, this press conference will take place because I know there's a lot you are awaiting or you want to hear, and of course there's a lot to share with you. When I have adequate information to update you, this press conference will take place because I know there's a lot you are awaiting or you want to hear, and of course there's a lot to share with you.
Speaking to the media just a couple of days ago, so all our leaders are taking the people for a ride. We're still waiting to hear from the island's police commissioner whether she will be hosting that press conference. The clock is ticking, and her tenure as police commissioner will end at the end of this month, August. But she's still promising to have a press conference. We have a call in line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. Rick Wynn, you are on the air.
I think I just caught you saying all the leaders are taking the people. I think I didn't hear the rest of that.
Taking us for a ride, Papi Show. All the leaders in this country.
Was that you saying that or quoting somebody?
That's me, sir, directly.
That is such a coincidence because I was listening to the show and the various complaints and calls and so on and so on. And I was thinking that you see our transit buses, and we've heard all complaints about them one time or another, right?
Yes, we have.
What would happen if all the people would normally use those transits organize themselves so that they did not use the transits? Maybe they have friends who have cars, because if they have a cause, maybe they have friends who have cars who would help.
Yeah, the commuters.
So you'd have a pooling.
Mm-hmm.
Of people coming to Castries, etc., etc.
And you do that for a week.
What do you think would
you do that for a week.
Yeah. What do you think would happen that for just 1 week?
Well, all of them would decide, boy, let's listen to the commuters, their complaints, let's address it. What it has to do with their tire, maybe the condition of the vehicles, they would address all those issues.
At best, I would say that they would have the people's attention.
They would.
All right. Tim, bear with me. This is Friday, and there's Saturday, and so bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope Alan Chastity is listening to this. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. I would not call our society an educated society, though a lot of them went to school. And I hope they don't take that as an insult. It's not. Very often a stated fact is stated so that we can reach out for better, not to insult anybody. I'm not insulting anybody. I hope I get educated every day a little better. My reading, my life, and everything. So the word education, as I use it, is not meant as an insult. And I will repeat myself. I would think by their actions, by the things they ignore, by the things they let pass, by the things they are complicit in, our people are far from educated to the point to protect and appreciate democracy. Is that clear?
Very much so.
And I hope it's not insulting.
I don't think it is.
Another one,
I don't think it is.
Eh?
I do not think it is.
I hope not. When plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men in society, over time, they create for themselves a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it. That deserves reading again. When plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men in society, over time, they create for themselves a legal system, their own laws, and a moral code that glorifies it. Now, Tim, I want to point out to you that letter, that Facebook thing you read there, that what was it on the Jean's?
Yeah, Facebook page. Mhm.
Yeah, didn't say anything about who she is.
No, not the little that I saw. Because somebody screenshotted and sent it to me.
But you read it. Did it say anything about who she actually is?
No.
Because I keep on thinking, I don't know if it's scriptural, to whom much is given, much is expected. And if we ignore all the things that Jean has been given by this country and concentrate only on the outpouring and outrage when her son was killed by a policeman in
Policewoman.
what was it? In Dallas, I would think she's absolutely ungrateful to St. Lucians. Because I would not normally go on and check out Alan Shasney's Facebook page. In fact, I've never looked at it. I wouldn't look at Guy Jones. I wouldn't look at Philippia's Facebook page. I expect these people to be talking to us with the power and authority and influence that we've given them, that the country has given them. So that, and Jean is a particularly well-placed person to be screaming out for justice in this country, especially when the lives of 2-year-olds are snuffed out by a machine gun, or a 13-year-old boy is killed with more than one bullet, with one press of a trigger, and the head is blown away.
In his home.
In his home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, if I heard you properly, and I wish you'd pull it up. I heard you properly. If I heard you properly, I heard her say nobody deserves to be shot in the head.
Yeah.
It's almost worth pulling that up, Tim.
Put it on screen. Okay. My producer will take care of that. Yes. Continue.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue, Rick.
Yeah, as soon as you've got it, just read that, please. I'm sorry about the dead air.
Yeah, Rick, continue. You there?
I'm there. You got it, Tim?
Yes, it's on.
Well, I'm not seeing it. So could you just read it, please, Tim?
Okay, Kimani, read it because on my computer it's not too clear. It's not
All
too
right,
legible.
well,
Kimani will read it. Kimani will read it.
My heart bleeds for the family of this 13-year-old who was gunned down in his home. No one deserves to be shot in the head, far less an upcoming teenager. These senseless...
Yeah.
Thank you, can you believe that?
Yeah.
Senator Shaw, of all people, whose son was murdered, and American blacks came out by the numbers. I mean, they even made a little movie of this and everything in which she starred. The St. Lucians, who were encouraged to line the highways and highways on the return of his remains to St. Lucia, etc. the vigils, the government statements and everything, and people who never knew, even today, people who never knew Bodam Jean still revere what he allegedly stood for and everything else. The woman has a name that can be used in the great interest of our abused young people who are getting shot in the head all the time like that. How many killings have we had this year? 51?
I think we had 52.
52. And we're not even going to talk about last year or the woman who was shot in her bedroom. We're not going to talk about that. I mean, I think it is such a shame that people with that kind of influence would think the most she's prepared to do is put out something on her Facebook page, and the greatest expression of disgust that comes out there is that nobody deserves to be shot in the head. I want St. Lucians to really think about it. By their words you shall know them, by their actions too. Now, Belinda Joseph, you remember that every politician found themselves to Saltibus?
Yes, I remember that. Mm.
All except one, and that one was your friend who I'll take you up on another time.
Yes, Dr. Kenny Anthony. Dr. Anthony. And he explained why, eh? He explained why.
Yeah, he explained why. I'm saying he didn't want to pollute the environment.
Yeah.
Legally. So he didn't want anything to be said, so he didn't go. But every politician I know went. Similarly, when Valerie Lord was brutally raped a few yards from her home, few unlit yards from her home, because the people had been begging for lighting and they didn't get it. Okay. Valerie Lord, the politicians all turned up to her address very, very late in the day. Because if they had turned out before, she might not have been raped. Just might not. She might not have. The lighting and might not have made it might have made a difference to him. So, I have to say, it also occurred to me, Jim, that if somebody were to list a Martian were to have arrived here last night and listen to a government-friendly show, the Thursday night government-friendly show, Richard Frederick's show, and then listen to your show, that Martian would wonder if he is in the same place, same country.
You're correct.
You know that?
You are absolutely correct.
They would wonder, is Timothy... in fact, Richard Frederick made the point last night, in effect, that you would be the last person that anybody would expect to say something bad, in effect, about the P.O. Allen Chelsea. That's why he said you'd be the last person. He was making a point. Okay? Of course, you could easily say that he could be the last person to expect him to say anything bad about
the SLP. Mm-hmm.
You could say that. But the education, again, those people are nothing, non-entities, to use a certain word. They would be effectively non-entities without the massive support that they get on either side. And if only the people of this country would side with what's good for them and take a stand against what's bad for them collectively. But I dream because the people of this country put their parties before themselves and their children.
Mm-hmm.
The Labour Party does it, the UWP does it. But the UWP also has a disease, whereas nothing, and I speak from experience, whereas nothing will stop Labour Party people coming out to vote for their people, no matter how many horns you put on them. You just say a few times that Alan Chastney is a white man and Guy Joseph is a thief, and they stay home and know about them, so they get whatever they deserve. And I'm not saying that to tell you the government is bad. I will choose another time to say that when I want to say that. I am saying don't come on there and just express your spleen when you know damn well you are responsible largely for where you stand today. You did it to yourself. And if you don't do something for yourself to get out of it, stop depending on other people to do it for you. Stop living in fear, making living in fear a normal way of life. We have made living in intense fear a normal way of life. We all know that today the guy who shot at Marsha, tomorrow could be one of our cousins, us.
Yeah.
Because people do break into people's homes with machine guns and shoot them in the head. That has become normal in St. Lucia, and I say normal because almost every week it happens. And we are carrying on as if our golden girl, and I don't want to be misconstrued, I have nothing but the greatest words to say about Ms. Alfred, and etc. But you fool yourself if you believe her winning a gold medal is going to stop the crime, is going to create jobs, is going to stop nepotism, is going to stop all the things that are killing you in one way or another. It will not. When she comes, we should give her what she deserves. A lot of joy, a lot of adulation, pride, but there's nothing this woman can do on her own to even change the state of athletics. Because as I said to someone before, if our kids were to follow exactly in the steps of Miss Alfred, and they're talented and inspired, they would do what she did. And the first thing she did was get the hell out of here. So without the amenities, without the schooling in schools, without the gyms, without the proper coaches in our schools to start taking care of kids 8 and 11 to make sure they eat well, etc., 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 you can have 10 Alfreds, and that's all you're going to get with no impact, because she cannot have impact without all of us joining in on the idea of creating more Alfreds. And Tim, I want to ask you again to ask Mr. Tuatine to come on your show. I think he has a very inspiring story to tell about himself, far less the story of Alfred. I've never met the man, but the story I was told about him, it was inspiring to me. Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, thank you so much. And I definitely will take your advice, Rick, and work on that so that I could have him very soon on one of my programs, either NewsSpin or News Make Alive. Final comments in the chat room. Kimani.
In the chat, someone says St. Lucia's politics is nothing but a popularity contest. Someone says, when Rick calls, I stop everything I am doing, listening attentively. That is correct, Rick. I've been saying so like forever. St. Lucians put themselves in the mess that they are in. Tim, I told St. Lucians that this is the behavior of narcissistic people like Shelton and the rest of their comrades. Once you join the clan, you become a member, birds of a feather flock together. Another comment in the chat, someone says, mark my words, the only time any of these people in authority make a press conference on crime is the day crime hit their home. There you have it, Tim. The lady does not have adequate information as yet, and I rather suspect she will be out of office and we will not get this. Like Peter Chico, she will be able to give her story freely and fairly. The press conference will happen a day after her retirement. Someone else says, any fool will believe they can just throw candidates at St. Lucians last minute and expect to win an election. Look at the comments they made with Cicero. Nobody had time to even vote for that candidate. Tim, Madam Poyet said that she would conduct an investigation on the briefcase, so we would know what was the problems, why we had to pay a passport so expensive after we had to wait so long for it. Where is that investigation? We are waiting. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Someone says, what is not normal is building a hospital in a month as to in 14 years. The truth is the 14 years is seemingly normal.
What's up, message? Somebody says, but Tim, Frederick and the team feel the family is UWP. They will never visit or go and see them.
Someone says, true, these people ride the government's coattails. It's, if not for government, they get nowhere. Someone says, very true, they do not want to work, they just want to thank you. Another comment, I will ask Alison how many people that knows she posted that statement on Facebook, but she was out there giving, says it for me in the chat, Tim.
Thank you so much, Kimani, and certainly, it's already 7 minutes after 2 o'clock. Let us conclude with our NewsSpin news of the day. Our NewsSpin news of the day: Iran executes over 300 individuals in the first 7 months of 2024, 49 in July alone. Iran executes over 300 individuals in first 7 months of 2024, 49 in July alone. This has been our NewsSpin news of the day, and that's the broadcast for today and this week. Thank you so much for investing your time in the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin. Pleasant weekend to you. Goodbye.